Hi guys, I'm Juliette and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be channeling your angels and ancestors and spirit guides. The ancestors want to come back out today. So, yep, let's just get right into it because the cards are already spilling out. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and join the community. Spirit guides. One more. Seven of Cups as the back of the deck energy in reverse. So what I'm hearing is that you're no longer putting on a mask to alleviate other people's stress. I don't know. It seems like you're taking off this mask. It's no longer needed. I think you've realized that you don't want to wear it anymore. There's no point to it. There is simply no point to putting on a mask because it doesn't help, right? Putting on a mask only keeps you around the people that are there to harm you. And so you're taking the mask off and you are actively going to be defending yourself. You're going to be defending yourself because you know you're the Hierophant. You know that you have been on this journey for a very good reason. And other people have wanted to play the game of calling you this, that, and the third, right? I won't get into the names that they say specifically because they're different for all of us, right? But bottom line is that they know your trigger words. And they have been using it consistently, testing to see if you're going to react or not, so that they know what tools to put in their arsenal. And unfortunately, this seems like such a strategic kind of situation where you just couldn't be authentic because no one around you in that space was authentic. Everyone was playing a role or a part. And no one wanted to be the truth bringer. No one wanted to be honest. No one wanted to lay it down. It was like a tit for tat thing. It was pride versus pride, ego versus ego kind of situation. And maybe you weren't involved. And, I think collective, you guys are the mediators, if anything. Like, you'll call things out, but for the most part, you want things to be good. You want things to be peaceful. You're not really there to antagonize or start anything, right? That's the thing with my collective. It's like you don't start things, but you know how to end them. And so people have always deemed you as the bad person because you know how to end situations when there is just nonsense, right? But you never start them. And I think here you realize the burdens that you've carried regarding this group of people, right? I'm seeing a group of people. This isn't just one, it's a whole function of people. Hi everybody, I just wanted to talk about my website called crystallith.com, where I sell ethically sourced crystals that are imbued with light energy through me, and they're ready to use right when you receive them for any intention setting, spells, or manifestations that you're using it for. And I also offer readings on that same website as well. The first one is the quintessential reading, which is a general reading. And the second one is a starseed reading, which is all about your light mission, your soul mission here on Earth, if you're curious about that. And then the last one is the lovers, which is all about your divine counterpart, how they look, how you guys are going to come into union, what it's going to be like for the union. Okay, so thank you so much. You've carried the weight on your shoulders for so long regarding this connection with these people. They wanted you to be the scapegoat. They wanted you to take on all the negative adjectives they can pull out of their internal dictionary, and for you to just sit there and accept it all and be like, oh my gosh, no, I'm a bad person. No. Right? They just wanted you to like feel so bad that you just didn't do anything, or you just never could think highly of yourself, right? And so these people, Spirit's telling me they're up to no good. They are not for your highest good, and they have proved it time and time again. And now it's your turn to take that step to further distance yourselves away from people that you know just aren't good for you. Because you've gone through this cycle before. This isn't the first time. And so Spirit's saying, you have the strength to move forward. You have the assistance to move forward. You are not in this alone. And if you feel like you're in this alone, it's because fear is reducing your connections to a very simplistic way. When you know that certain relationships in your life are very supportive, like you know them as a person, and you know that they would be very supportive of you, that they would help you no matter what. You have people like this in your life. And if you don't, there's so many resources that can help you get on your feet and do the right thing for yourself, right? In the right way, in the way that keeps you safe as well. It's not like disconnecting away from these people are gonna put you in harm's way, right? You understand that you have yourself first and foremost. You have your guides, and you have people around you that love and adore you and that are willing to help you out. And you're not a burden. You're not a burden at all, collective. If you feel like you burden your friends, you don't. You alleviate so many burdens off of them. As like look at this card. You carry a lot of burdens for people. And because you know how to alchemize, because you understand how to turn that heaviness into just pure energy again, right? Alchemy. And so just remember that, right? As you walk away, as you put distance from these people, you don't even have to make it a grand thing. Just like distancing yourself away from them will make you feel more grounded in your own energy. And when you're grounded in your own energy, you'll feel a lot safer. And if you don't feel safe, work on that root chakra, right? That base chakra that really deals with our safety, how we feel within our community. It's very like basic necessities of feeling safe. And so work with that. The C note is also good for that. If you have a singing bowl, the C note is really good for that. And doing affirmations saying, I am safe, I am loved, I am supported. I am safe, I am loved, I am supported. I am safe, I am loved, I am supported. Whenever you feel those fears of being alone, okay, of carrying on your own, because you've done this before and you'd never really, you only hope that it has to happen once. But unfortunately, in your case right now, you're finding yourself in a situation that is not ideal for you at all. You've really outgrown the situation. You've really outpaced the people that you're surrounding yourself with right now. And it just deals with that one group. I don't know what they are, whether they're family or a group of friends or coworkers, whichever it applies to, because you'll know. You don't have to make it fit. Just if you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, that's my situation. Whatever it is, you're just not clicking with them anymore. And that's not to anybody's fault. It's just you're not aligned with them. And it's time to move forward because you're tired of masking, right? Wow, my throat got like so clogged. Hold on. you're not masking anymore because it's exhausting. It's just tiring to pretend that you're okay with certain things when you're not. To play nice when no one else around you is playing nice. They just want you to. And so you're just over it. You're done with the hurrahs and sharing this I don't know, it feels like you really wanted to share this magic with the people around you because you felt like if they got a taste, they would go after their own magic, right? They would realize that it's in everybody because look at the transformation that you've done on yourself. You're an example that it's possible. And instead of people taking this as an inspiration for action, they take it as a jab. They take your confidence as a jab against them as a person. When that has nothing to do with them, right? Your confidence has nothing to do with other people. And I'm laughing now because to me it's such a ridiculous concept. But to them, they feel like you getting better in life is a jab on them. And it's probably because they either talk smack about you or they just wished for your worst. They just always wanted to assume that you would never get to where you are, that you would never feel the way you feel about yourself, or that you don't deserve to feel the way you do because of X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, you still care about yourself, you still love yourself, and you still adore yourself. You're not going to just say that you don't deserve things because that's not true, right? And you're not just going to say it just because someone wants you to feel that way. And because you don't say it, because you don't believe that, it irks these people so much. And that's so unfortunate because, like I said earlier, I think we always hope that we inspire action out of people to go after their own magic, to become their best selves, right? Because look at you. You came from this person that didn't even know who they were into a person that fully encompasses all these beautiful aspects of themselves that they have discovered through this journey, right? And you just hope that people are pushed into the journey just as you were. But that's not by God's design. That's what I'm hearing. It's not by design that they get inspired by you, even if that's what you desire out of this. Right? Because sure, they can be inspired by you for a bit, but eventually comparison begins when someone doesn't feel good about themselves. They cannot help but compare themselves to others. It's an insecurity reflex. I've noticed that when I get insecure, comparisons begin in my brain. But the minute I'm understanding my path and I'm back into my confident just way of being, my attention just comes right back to me because I just see the potential of my energy, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm putting all of me right here. I cannot focus on anybody else. And that's kind of the energy that I'm mostly in all the time. And I think that's the same thing for you guys collective, where you feel pretty good about yourself and where you're going in life. And even though you may not have certain factors that other people see as successful, you're extremely successful. You have done a lot, collective. Well, a lot more than I can even point out. A lot more than I can even describe. It's beyond my understanding because it's your journey, right? And so, yeah, exactly with the King of Pentacles, you've just stepped into this energy of ownership of yourself. And you have grounded that version of you, that higher self, into reality. You're bringing your higher self through you, through your channeling, through your abilities, through your confidence. You're embodying your higher self. And it doesn't really matter what people say about you, what you have and what you don't have, what you've done versus what you haven't done. It doesn't matter because you have brought your soul into your avatar. You have invited your soul back into you. You have invited your higher self, the one with the highest potential, in this lifetime into your vessel. Do you know how powerful that is? Do you know how successful you are about to become because you've done this? And it doesn't matter what other people have said, right? We can just throw that all aside and just come into this understanding that you have done something so alchemizing, so magical, and so beyond understanding for most people that of course they're not going to be able to see. Of course they're not going to be able to give you credit where credit is due, because they don't even know what you've done. They cannot comprehend what you have done exactly, because it's not the exact thing that you did. It's just everything that you did. It's everything you've done up until this point that has led to this moment, right? And right now, this moment is so palpable, it's so strong, and it's so tangible with the King of Cups or King of Pentacles. It's such a tangible example of your ever abundant being, of your ever abundant existence. You embody it and people notice it. They might not say anything, but they notice it. And this is why attacks may be happening to you, because people are starting to realize they can't just shit talk you and have their way with your reputation, right? They can't just say things and then have people be like, oh yeah, totally. They're not riding their coattails anymore. Other people are starting to, so the people that are actively engaging with you that are not in the best way, let's just say that, the people around them outside of you have realized that they have major pitfalls. Every time they talk about you, it exposes something about them immediately to the people around them. And the people around you, they're irked, right? Because their cover is blown, essentially. Their true intentions regarding you are shared to the world, because they're no longer hiding it. They're no longer, even them, they're taking off the mask too. And that's why Spirit is calling you to take off the mask, because it seems like things might elevate in like things might start not working out for everybody involved in the situation. And they just want to remind you on your end, there's nothing that you need to do other than just be your authentic self. If you don't want to talk to them, don't talk to them. If you don't want to see them, don't see them. If you don't want to deal with them, don't deal with them. Their problems are their problems, right? They just brought them to you because you solved them every time and they didn't have to do shit. But now, let them carry their own stuff. Let them carry it. And they might call you a bunch of names, but you know how like when dogs are behind fences, all they can do is bark? That's exactly what's happening here. They're being put behind a boundary. And it's a spiritual boundary. It's so strong that it's becoming a physical boundary. Where spirit guides, this is why your ancestors are back out, because I think this is family. I think you're dealing with your family unit attacking you, feeling some way about you, and your ancestors are not having it. They're not having it. They're like, we wanted rest, but right now it's not the time for that. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. And so they're back out, and they're here to support you, because it's a lineage karmic bond. It's a bond within the lineage itself that is karmic, and it's coming to light right now. And I think it's been kind of skirted around for generations, okay? And now it's finally coming to light, because now is the time that it's going to break. This is a time where you may have heard that you were a generational curse breaker. Now you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Everything up until this point was preparation, right? Now you're able to be strong enough to cut this bond. Not in spite of them, not because of your pride, but because it's karmically due. Because of everything that's happened. Right? I've said this, but I'm going to say it again. It's something that isn't just one moment. It's not one thing you did. It's a culmination of everything you've done. And because of that, it's so reinforced, right? People really thought, based on your looks, based on your physical, that you weren't a very protected person, that you didn't have the favor of the universe or God's favor or source's favor. They didn't want to believe that you were who you were. They saw it too with their own eyes, and they received so many warnings to just not. If you don't have anything good to say, just walk away. That's what their guides were saying. If you don't love them, then leave them be. That's what they were saying to these people. But these people, I think, just deal with excessive pride, excessive egos, and, they're going to blame it on everything that they've been through. But, not every person that's been through stuff turns out to be a piece of shit. And they're going to have to deal with the fact that they let this pain turn them into that. They're going to have to look at themselves and be like, oh, I am actually not that great of a person. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt so much more, because I think collective, we can handle it when we aren't acting in our best behavior, and we can own up to it. And we can really just be like, okay, yeah, I really was in the wrong there. Like, I'm just apologetic and I'm sorry for reacting in that way. I'll deal with myself, and just know that, we're able to take accountability, and we're able to change because we see how it harms other people, and we don't want that to happen again, right? And so we make sure that we heal so that we don't hurt others in response to our trauma, right? Them, on the other hand, have just let their trauma run amok. And I'm seeing that they have hurt you, and not only you, right? That's not the only person they've hurt. They've hurt a lot of other people. So part of the strife is that they didn't believe that you were going to be the person that would deliver their karma, that would be the karma bringer, right? They wanted to paint you as someone unassuming, that someone that they could just play with, someone that they can just jab at every now and then, and nothing's going to happen because nothing has happened up until this point. Why? Because their guides have been protecting them. The guides, and actually the ancestors that are with you right now, they were actually still trying to help your other family members, right? They were actively trying to help all of you guys out. But there came a point where they thought that they were above the system, the people that you're dealing with, your family. They thought they were above the system, that they were above the karmic laws, that they've done this much for you already, so it should be okay that they poke at you, that they jab at you. And what your ancestors have realized is that because of the leniency that the ancestors have given these people, they've become unaware of the effect that they have on people, and they just simply don't care anymore because they think that they're above other people. They think that their feelings matter more than yours, right? And it was in this moment that, their spirit guides, their ancestors realized that they needed to help you. Why? Because the other party was not showing any remorse. They weren't showing that they were willing to cooperate, that they were willing to not only have protection, but because the deal was that they would have protection naturally because they're worthy of it, but because they had potential to do what you're doing. They had the potential to do what you're doing, right? They knew that they were protected by the ancestors because you were going to be the one to be the curse breaker. They were going to be the ones to be the curse breaker. It's almost like a loop of what's happening right now. Wow. So I'm seeing that because at some point they felt like the chosen one. They see you as a chosen one now. And at some point they felt like they were the chosen one. And in truth, that may have been true, right? But because of their heart, because of the actions they're willing to do to just feel better about themselves, your ancestors could not allow it anymore. And so you came along. You showing the same potential. You showing the same capability to love. You showing this high ability to channel love. I think the person that is offended by this is actually extremely hurt by seeing that the divine favors you over them, because they see it as a competition. That's why I'm saying it over them. But in reality, you guys have had the same protection. You guys are of the same blood. You guys are of the same lineage. You guys deal with the same curse. And you guys had the same capacity, right? So you and them actually shared the same amount of protection. But because now that their heart is dampened by their own, it's like competitiveness mixed with jealousy, mixed with inferiority, mixed with insecurity, all in one, that has made them feel like they need to attack you, that they need to make you feel some sort of way, right? Rather than minding their own business, they have to get into yours. And my ear is itching now, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop that channeling and just move on to our oracle cards. Let's see what they have for us. Eagle, see from a higher perspective, and Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. So, with the Eagle, you're going to trust yourself right now. You're going to see things from a higher perspective, and you're going to see that cutting this cord is karmic retribution for you. You're not going to see it as something that you are losing out on. You're not going to see it as something that coulda, shoulda, woulda been better. You're going to accept it for what it is. You're going to see it from a large perspective. You're going to realize all of the lessons you've learned through this journey, and you're going to trust that you're going to come out of it much, much better. Right? With Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. Things are going to change, collective. And this isn't a warning. This isn't a threat. It's just notice. Right? Things are going to be changing. And changes are actually very good for most situations, right? We don't want things to stay the same forever. And so things are going to start changing again. And you don't need to see this through a lens of you losing anybody. You don't need to see it as you aren't good enough, because you are. And you have so much to look forward to. I can't emphasize this enough. You have so much to look forward to. And that's why they're asking you to take a higher perspective. Take a bigger look, take a larger look at the things going on around you. Okay, I can't talk right now, but you get what I'm saying. Just try to see it in a more detached manner. See how this has helped you gain skills that you could not have had without this, right? Maybe let's take stubbornness as an example. Okay, people might be calling you stubborn right now. I'm hearing it a lot. And why have you become this stubborn? It's because you were constantly faced with adversity, doing what you wanted, knowing that it didn't harm anybody. You just wanted to do what you wanted to do. You just wanted to be free. You wanted to be able to be loved just for being you, not for a higher version of you that is better than who you are right now. You just wanted to be loved for who you are right now. And they have proven that they are not the environment for you to be loved back in who you are right now. You're only loved with your potential in mind. You're only loved with your what you can bring to the table in mind. And that is conditional love, right? That is opposite of what we've been teaching ourselves and learning through the community, right? Because we are on this ride of unconditional love, which is love just because there's no reason. There's no reason why I love you. I just love you. Because you're deserving, you're worthy of love. Why not? And that energy is really hard for people to understand without seeing it as something weak, without seeing it as something that is a pitfall, right? And so you have been targeted by people that don't believe in unconditional love, that swear that they are under the protection of unconditional love, but don't actually believe in it. So how is it going to remain in their lives if they don't believe that they're loved unconditionally, that they can love unconditionally? And, it's vulnerable for sure to be unconditionally loving. It's so vulnerable, but it's also a strength that people seem to forget. It's the kind of love that's like, I will love you no matter what, but I will keep my distance if I have to. I will love you no matter what, but I will let you go if you're harming me. Out of love, because I won't keep you around just to be spiteful, just to turn into someone that's bitter, feeling obligated to give you love when I don't want to, And I think that's also a form of unconditional love, where it's just like, I'm letting you go because I don't want to end up hating you. I'm letting you go because I don't want to end up cursing your name at the wind. Right? I will let you go because you deserve love and you deserve a new beginning if that's truly what you want. But keep that away from me. If they're just acting in a bad way, it's like, I love you, but I will love you from afar. And I will still count that as love. I won't say that I hate you. I will never, because I don't think that's true. But unconditional love is a lot stronger than what people give credit for. And it's vulnerable, but that's not a pitfall. It's, it exposes the heart, but there's nothing wrong with exposing the heart. There's nothing wrong with expressing your love. And if you feel like on this journey, it's caused you to be more defensive and feel less able to express love, it's just about the people that you're keeping around. It's about the environment that you're in. It's not your capacity. It's just the variables around you right now. So don't like feel down just because you feel defensive. It's okay. You've gone through a lot. It's natural to feel defensive. But it's also a good reminder to remember that there's people like me, there's people like other readers in this community that do have that kind of same level of understanding and acceptance and love to give, right? And just know that it's not your inability to love, it's just the environment that you're in. Okay, so I will leave it at that, collective. I hope that this message resonated for you. If it did, go ahead and give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to join our community, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.